Zilisch quickest in practice, won the pole, and he's leading us to the green. Off the turn 12. The Xfinity Series doing battle in the Pacific Northwest. Here we go in Portland. Great jump by Zilisch. Out of the restart zone and down into turn 1. Allgaier falls into line, side by side for third. The 18 is Zilisch, 21 is Hill. Mayer putting on pressure behind it. A great start to this race for the one, a Carson Kvapil. From turn 3 down to turn 4.
Surprisingly clean there back in the pack. There were some 2 and 3 wide down into turn 2, but they all made it through cleanly, which is not to be suspected at this place. Often we see a lot of calamity down there, and as they start to sort it out deeper in the field right now. And now just a couple laps in, we're starting to see that gap increase. And, you know, when we look at these races by Connor Zilisch on the road courses, what's been the most impressive is not just the single lap speed. It's been his speed over the course of a run and how he just does not slow down compared to the field. At Sonoma, when he and SVG were battling at the front midway through certain runs, they were more than a second faster than third place at times. That's just unbelievable pace difference, and we're starting to see that a little bit here already by lap 3. As we take a look at Nick Sanchez here, who started back in the back of the field, was forced to go to the rear for unapproved adjustments. After qualifying, he has flown through the field, now up to 18th. Great speed for Nick. He was really fast in practice early on, but they had an axle break after 4 laps, so it's been a tough day, Dylan.
Look at our bumper. We're registering the gap to the next driver in line. So Zilisch has a 7-second lead, but you can see the small margin from Allgaier to Hill in third, and visually you just see it on track. Hill is there, and that position is big as you start talking about that regular season championship. Allgaier came in 3 points in front of Zilisch.
Right, so every position here matters in these stages. Austin Hill is getting closer and closer to Justin Allgaier, and if you look at our lap times the last couple of laps, if you looked at Justin Allgaier, Austin Hill, and William Zilisch, they're very evenly matched. It's just that 88 car that's been a bit faster than all of them. And he was the fastest car on the racetrack that last lap. As we see Austin Hill going to the inside of Justin Allgaier, he'd been right behind him for many laps here and finally gets this opportunity down to turn 1. The car's wiggling under braking. He went real deep. You can see that, gets it down to first gear, and he's going to take second place. Excellent pass there by Austin Hill. His car looks really strong as we got in the later stages of this run.
How many laps did it take him to go from third to second? I mean, he worked Allgaier for a long time and finally able to drive through.
It's all down to what you do on the racetrack under green conditions that matter.
2 to go in stage 1.
Oh!
And there's problems for Dean Thompson. Had come to pit road, having a mechanical issue. Dylan talked about that, and now he's off track. This once again down off of turn 11.
Yeah, and so you can go to the access road as he's heading there to the right. Oh yeah, just overcooked it, and then you're toast into the dirt on the right side. Then you just don't have the grip with how dirty it is offline there. We've seen this all weekend long. Cars consistently, the second they go off into that dirt, spinning around or losing a ton of grip and time.
You know, he could set a record here. The Xfinity record for stage margin of victory, 14.663 seconds. It was Ty Gibbs over Austin Hill. That came here in 2022. Matt DiBenedetto off track. Final lap of the stage, and Zilisch has got an enormous advantage over Austin Hill.
That looks like out of turn 7 onto the back straightaway. Sitting there, so we'll have to take a look as we get a replay. Possibly, yeah, just a mechanical issue. So he immediately has an issue. He pulls the car to the side to get out of the way, and the car's behind him. Well done by him.
Ironically, I think it was the end of stage 2 last year where DiBenedetto had a problem in that end of the stage early, and now the caution is out, and it looked like DiBenedetto fell out of the car. Not sure what's going on there.
There's some smoke coming out.
On his exit, you could tell there was a sense of urgency, and he was a bit gimpy as he got out of the car. Connor Zilisch comes back and wins the stage. It's his 7th stage victory of the season. We've been talking about the pit stops, and we don't have our normal pit crews here because the Xfinity Series came west by themselves this weekend. So we've got controlled pit stops. Everybody comes down pit road, and once all the cars are there, NASCAR will open the pits for crews to go over the wall, do the service. It's a 3-minute break for everybody to get their work done. The only way you would lose a position is if you don't get your work done within that 3-minute time frame, or there were to be some other penalty. And as we said, the clock won't start until all cars are stopped on the pit lane. You can only fuel during the stage breaks, taking out really much strategy at all. And you can't change tires at the same time you're adding fuel. So just a little bit of a different procedure this weekend on a standalone for these NASCAR Xfinity teams. And here they come down the pit road now.
And if you're a team that's historically struggled on pit road in terms of having a fast enough pit crew, it's an opportunity in some respects. If you're a team that has a really fast pit crew, you wish you had the opportunity to use it right now. You know, that's sort of the difference in what opportunity this presents for some of the teams. But it's definitely the fairest way to do this, considering this race being all the way up the Pacific Northwest and most of the Cup pit crew teams all in Darlington.
Front row for the restart. Connor Zilisch, the control car, this time next to Austin Hill. Once you come out of the restart zone here in turn 12, it's on. And here we go, off turn 12, down the front straightaway. Allgaier trying to jump up into position. Could Hill grab the race lead here? The battle is on to turn 1. Zilisch in charge, but lots of pressure coming from behind. They're 3 wide behind him. Hill to the inside. Mayer is there.
They locked up the right front, and Austin Hill is able to stay right there. Great job by Austin Hill from the outside. It's hard to get a run there as they're side by side into turn 4.
Zilisch, preferred line into turn 4, off the curb. He drives away with the race lead. Allgaier trying to come through for second, can't get there. Quapple racing for position behind him with William Zilisch. The top 10 littered with rookies, and they're going at it on the restart here in stage 2. A lot of battles for spots all over the racetrack.
It's been an all-out brawl in the top 10 among so many cars. What we are used to seeing in the NASCAR Xfinity Series is Jesse Love continues to try and just limit the damage here, falling back. He actually probably would like the 42 to just sort of knock in that fender a tick if he could, but don't get to the tire and cut that down. But knocking that fender would help him just a little bit there. Anthony Alfredo goes by Jesse Love. We take a look at these two down into turn 4. That's a bump there, a little bit more than a bump. That's a push a little bit into 4, down to 5 side by side. We might see why we had that reaction from Anthony Alfredo, just a little bump there.
Non-verbal communication.
Yeah.
I was just going to say, these 3 racing a snapshot of what we see in the top 10. When you look at the rundown ending the stage, 4 JRM, Junior Motorsports Chevys there, and 3 Toyotas from Joe Gibbs Racing. And leading the pack, Connor Zilisch, who's just been remarkable today. Started on pole, he's led every lap, and he's going to get out the broom and sweep the stages. 88, dominant so far here in Portland. Green flag in the air. We're racing in the final stage at Portland. Front row, Zilisch and Hill. Zilisch with a great jump. Allgaier trying to slide into second. And he may look for the lead. He is dogging his teammate Zilisch, waiting in the wings. Here we are to turn 1. Zilisch executes outstandingly and gets away. Hill through to second.
And those two side drafting each other was exactly what Zilisch wanted to see. It didn't allow either to get a run on him. Austin Hill is able to get back ahead of Justin Allgaier out of turn 2 and 3 into 4 as they're single file in the top 5. Sheldon Creed here had a left rear go down into turns 10, 11, and 12. Spun out into the grass, had to go through the access road. Also, Anthony Alfredo is stopped here on track, so all sorts of things happening. Thomas Annunziata is also stopped on track as he gets going. We've got a caution on the racetrack.
Caution is out. Just over 10 laps to go. Not what you want to see if you're Connor Zilisch on cruise control out front. And we had the caution that came out there final lap of stage 1 when DiBenedetto had the problem and pulled off. Other than that, this is our first caution for incident, only the 3rd caution overall today. And it means another restart opportunity for Austin Hill.
Right, and here's what happened to Sheldon Creed. So he's already off the racetrack there, so it happened further back. I think the left rear was already down. You can see that. So that possibly from some contact out of turn 7. As he got towards the end of the straightaway, that left rear went down, and he actually spins here on the track, but then goes to the access road. He had to cross the track from the drag strip to get to pit road, wait for all the cars to go by. It's a pretty precarious position to have been in. Here's Thomas Annunziata going off turn 4. He got this back going, but the 42 of Anthony Alfredo was actually stopped out of turn 2 on the racetrack, which was what brought out the caution.
7 laps to go. Out of the restart zone. From turn 12 to the front straightaway. Time to settle it in Portland.
Great restart by Austin Hill. He's even got a nose ahead and a push by Carson Kvapil right now to take the lead down the front stretch.
It's going to be Austin Hill taking the lead into turn 1. Zilisch is there. Look at Zilisch out of line. Bonsai into the corner. Zilisch overshoots it. He's going to have to go through the A-frames. They're spinning in turn 2. Unbelievable restart with 7 laps to go. Austin Hill is your race leader.
Justin Allgaier was the car that spun in some damage to the right rear there of Connor Zilisch, rubbing on the right rear tire. Could that cut down that tire? Austin Hill, the major lead over both of them. Complete chaos down into turn 1.
Zilisch led the first 67 laps from the pole. He had dominated this race, had a nice advantage when the caution came out with 11 remaining, and this restart gets him. Now can he gather it up and run down the 21? Austin Hill trying to get his first win on a road course. We go back and watch the restart here.
And it really started in the restart zone. Austin Hill timed the jump perfectly against the 88 and then got that push from Carson Kvapil. And William Sawalich here just going so deep in the corner into the 8. He almost used the 88 to stop there. Sometimes 8 tires are better than 4. Justin Allgaier gets spun out. Total chaos throughout that entire lap.
Jeff Burton in the top 10 as well.
Take a look back at what happened here. Sam Mayer off in the grass with Christian Eckes. Yes, this happened out of turn 11 there. Gets super sideways. Both of them are sliding through the grass into oncoming traffic. Brandon Jones trying to avoid it. Gets into the 2 of Jesse Love. Taylor Gray is off the track. Became almost a bit of a parking lot out in the grass. Jack Perkins is off the track.
Oh, tough break for him. Had just gotten up to 3rd in the running order.
Considering his speed advantage most of this race, this is plenty of laps. But Jack Perkins is sitting there still at the exit of 12. That could potentially bring out a caution if he's not able to get going here.
We're hearing on the radio that the 19 is stuck. Still no caution from NASCAR. Battle for the lead coming down the back straightaway. And I would say, how close can Zilisch get through turn 11, and what kind of run can he generate off of turn 12? Here they are, 10, 11, and there is the caution, 4th of the day.
Wow.
First restart today where Connor Zilisch is not the control car. He's on the front row of Austin Hill, and they're pushing and shoving out of turn 12. 88 gets the jump. Here comes Zilisch. They're 3 wide going to turn 1. Sammy Smith is there. Sawalich is there. It's going to be Zilisch leading the way.
Nick Sanchez locked up there on the inside of Sammy Smith. Zilisch misses the corner.
Missed it again.
The 8 goes around.
Sammy Smith. Who's going to come through with it? Zilisch is able to maintain the lead. Sawalich is second. This is incredible. And overtime sponsored by Credit One Bank.
Nick Sanchez there following William Sawalich. Goes into 3rd from about outside the top 5 in 1 corner.
Back to the start-finish line. White flag is out. 1 to go for Connor Zilisch. What an incredible ending to this race. Next flag would end it.
Just made all the right moves there. Was calm and collected through all the chaos that was occurring down into turn 1. Made the right decision to go through the A-frames. That netted him the lead because of so much congestion happening down into turn 2.
Great day for William Sawalich. Sanchez is up there. The top 4, all rookies. And they're led by the one that has dominated this season, Connor Zilisch. Swept the stages, got the fastest lap of the day, looking for max points. And to put an exclamation point on an opportunity to win the regular season championship as a first-year driver. Down the back straightaway for the final time to turn 10.
Through all the chaos, the rightful fastest car of the day gets back to the lead, and that is Connor Zilisch.
8s are wild in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Win 8 for driver 88. Connor Zilisch is a phenom. He takes it at Portland. Unofficially, he sits 20 points behind Zilisch in the regular season standings.
That's an incredible recovery. You know, when he pitted there, he was going to be maybe more than a full race behind Connor Zilisch going into the final race of the regular season. That's a major comeback by the 7 of Justin Allgaier. What a season for Connor Zilisch and this 88 team. We said it earlier, 19 years old and going to Cup full time. Sometimes in a lot of drivers you've seen that might be too soon, too early. They're not ready for it. From everything we've seen out of this young man, he absolutely is ready.
Showed up less than a year ago in the Xfinity Series, racing at Watkins Glen. Started on the pole, won the race. Full time this year. Took him a little time to get his legs under him, but his summer has been red hot. 13 consecutive top 5 finishes. That matches Carl Edwards for the second most all time.
I think he's going to go to the roof hatch.
Took a page out of your book from last week at Daytona.
It's the safer choice, let me tell you.